You know that feeling when you were probably younger, maybe a child, when you went away on holiday somewhere for like a week or two, and you wake up on like the first morning after getting there and you've forgotten that you're on holiday in this brand new place where you can do anything you want all day long. That feeling is what I've been after for a long time, trying to create a life master brand we talked about yesterday, where you wake up every morning and you feel like that. Now obviously there's always going to be some things to do for life, and that's the idea, having the freedom to make sure all of those things are being explored. I had some certain things to do yesterday. I got the orders done, I got the bin out, I did my appointments, but then at like 12:30 I was done. I'd achieved a lot and then allowed the day to unfold. Some days there might be just a couple of little things to do in the morning, and then there's the whole day. I like to take the vibe of the day and work when I feel inspired, but trying to carve out, design, create a life full of that feeling of freedom to be able to do what you want when you want. So I had a few ideas rolling around my mind this morning when I woke up. 4 a.m. Out for a walk at the moment. Just had the breakfast picnic. Driven, I had a few ideas, and in light of where we've come today, we've driven 15 minutes away from the house to a village to visit an edible food nursery. So everything they sell, herbs, plants, everything's edible. We've been getting into planting our own food. Last year in a new home, semi-successful. I've got a book that kind of has month by month. You can just flick to the month. It tells you what you should be sowing, growing, cropping, harvesting. So that's some information that we've been learning, because I just think in this day and age food prices are increasing. There's pros and cons for the centralisation of food, and there's some big movements towards the decentralisation, localisation of food. Oh, I didn't tell you what we had for the breakfast picnic, did I? Yeah. Oh, after walking out an hour I was really ready for it, and I'm glad I made a bacon and egg. Bacon, fried egg in butter, loads of salt and pepper. Crispy bacon baked in the oven, streaky, 4 rashers in a brioche bun. A bat made with butter in it, heavily buttered. Oh, and also homemade devil sauce. It's like a brown sauce, but you use prunes instead of dates. My boss makes it at the cafe, and he told me what was in it. We had to just kind of, without only the ingredients, not the actual weighting. So we made a big batch of it, and it tastes good, but actually forgot the smoked paprika. So really nice sauce to go with bacon and egg, homemade brown sauce. Some freshly squeezed orange juice. All right. So yeah, food. There's a place near us, a little business, family business. They were both successful opticians, but they wanted to grow veg. So they've got a local box delivery service. And it was great last year. Really good prices, really great produce. You can select a few things you want, and then they just give you what else is there. And I don't know, it's like £12-13 for a nice box of produce. They've connected with some other local suppliers. They've got the eggs going and some local honey, which is incredible. So I think I would rather get my honey from somewhere that's been local, from a local business, than somewhere that's been shipped in from New Zealand. Obviously, a lot of this localization of food is a lot better for the environment, because it's not traveling as far. But I also think you should be working towards, I like the idea of not being 100% reliant on the food system, because there could be shortages, food prices are going up, and it's just nice having food growing in your garden if you can. So this is linked to the business idea today with the walk. My mum kindly bought over some tumbling tomatoes and some strawberry plants yesterday. They had these tumbling tomato plants last year, and they were just hundreds of them. They gave us loads and made loads of pasta sauces and everything. So I like the idea of going out my door, picking off the tomatoes and making food fresh from that. Obviously it saves money, it's better quality, and it's just super fresh. So this is a business that's going to explore the idea of educating, making it easier for people to plant their own food, edible food stuff. If you're going to plant some things in your garden and make it look nice, you might as well make it food. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of options and things you can do. And a lot of these herbs and have a lot of medicinal qualities, a lot of nutrients as well. So it's not only saving money, giving you more freedom and self-reliance, it's going to be a big tick for the health side of things as well. Arms aching today. Maybe need to switch the tripod around. Bit windy today. Really need to get that microphone. So yeah, Nonco Food Garden, noncofoodgarden.com. I've already spoken to these people and said, look, we need to get this knowledge out there. Wouldn't it be great if there were like thousands of people like you out there, all supplying food to their local people? But then what if there was a street of say 20 people and everybody just grew a couple of things, then they all got together and shared that food? That would be nice. Community vibes, helping each other out. So yeah, we've been learning, we've been collaborating. They might be ready to share their knowledge. This business we're visiting today might also be an opportunity to collaborate with them. But even though we're learning, I would pay like £10 a month or something for a box to come through my door with the seeds that were good to go then, maybe some longer term stuff, some medium term, shorter term, seasonal produce that's reliable, good heirloom seeds with some of the education of what to do, what I should be cropping, what I should be sowing, what I should be doing month to month. So it's just a little bit of education with the stuff. I can take that and be like, right, let's get these 3 or 4 things going, more food on the go in the garden. So then it takes I don't have to, obviously I am learning about this to make a business, but if I was the customer, I could get going with this, and it's very accessible, very digestible. You just start small and slowly start to build it up, and you only have to worry about, you just get told what to do, the seeds arrive through your door, and it's a nice price. So that's the business model. It's based on these monthly subscription service businesses. You'll have seen them around. There was one I saw on Dragon's Den that did very well, a gin one. So, if you're into gin, you pay 20 quid a month. You get a nice new gin through the post every month to explore, which, adds to the variety of life. It's something you're into. You get some recipes and serving suggestions. I remember my mum going to a gin tasting evening once, and then she came and showed us this new gin, and you use pink grapefruit in it instead of lemon or lime. Really nice. So yeah, just new experiences, isn't it? So it's good for the business because the subscription model allows them to have an idea of how much produce to get in. If they've got 10,000 people paying £20 a month, it's 200 grand a month. So they've got their purchasing power. Then they can then approach and have the gin suppliers lined up and say, look, we need X amount of bottles. What deal can we do? So they can arrange that, and then they're not just a shop with loads of gin sitting on the shelves hoping it sells. It comes in and it's going straight back out to their customers with everything else with a nice markup. So yeah, the gin one did really well, Dragon's Den. There's a nice cheese one. A good friend of mine, thanks Ben, sent me a cheese box a few months ago with like 5 bits of cheese, education, some recipes and what serving suggestions, which was really nice. So yeah, if you're into cheese, you just spend 25 quid a month. You know, you're getting some good cheese through the door. There's loads of these models, businesses that have cropped up now with this model, and it's nice because you know you're just spending a small amount, you're getting a nice treat, adds some variety. So we're jumping on the back of that. It's a bit different because it's the seeds and the education. So this will only be based in the UK, and we are going to keep exploring it, but it's only going to be worthwhile as making a move on this. If we've got like 1,000 people, say, then we can get some really good seed orders, put the time and energy into it, and get some nice packaging for the boxes, the education, the branding, and everything sorted. So if you're interested in this and helping this business get going, you can support by depositing £10 at Nonco Food Garden. You'll then get access to the community. Well, we'll start sharing knowledge and things you can be doing now. That will just be a one-off £10. You can have a refund for that whenever you want if you wanted to pull out, but we just need a £10 deposit from 1,000 people to begin this business. So it's a bit like that book Noah Kagan I was reading. We need to test the market here and ask people for their support and loyalty up front to get this moving. So Nonco Food Garden. It might be every 2 months. It might be a bit fluctuating with the seasons and different things to do each month. It might be, yeah, but there's a lot to work out. But I just like the idea of lots of people out there taking control a bit of their own health and food sources, saving money by making their own food that's healthier. It's local because it's right in your garden, and then you can get together with some other people around you, make your own little community and share food, and maybe then even you can take it one step further and copy what these guys are doing. They're already making a success of it. They've gone through and made all the mistakes, so we want to just allow people to copy, replicate their success in their areas. So it might just be a little seed box to grow on yourself. It might be taking it to the next level and stepping up and providing food for more people around your area, making a little business out of it. Why not? If that's what you're into. These guys love it, and they just started. So we're going to start to explore this. If you want to support us, hit the link below. Chuck £10 in the pot. We will save that pot and build the community so everybody can see how many people we've got and what people are saying, and we could maybe then just shape this idea together. If we get feedback of what everybody wants from 1,000 people before we actually begin, or while we're developing it, then it's just going to be a much better product for everybody, for us all. Thanks for watching. Hope you're well. noncofoodgarden.com. I'll also link to a good book by Colin Tudge called The Great Rethink, which talks a lot about centralisation, globalisation of food systems and different ideas and where we might be heading or where we could head, problems and benefits. It's quite a in-depth book, but a very good read. I'll see you tomorrow. This was day 13 of Nonconformity Company. I forgot to do the intro, didn't I?